Okay, that's recording, and that's recording. Good. This is take 2 because I didn't push record before. Welcome back to the video. I'm going to be having a look today at some cameras that I've got, particularly not this one. I was looking at this camera, which is the Nikon Key Mission 360. It's a 360 degree camera, as you can probably tell, because it's got lenses and stuff on both sides of it. It's a great little camera. I've had a lot of fun playing with this one. I've made a good video. Well, I've made a video. I'll let you decide whether it's good or not. The problem is that I've been trying to upload it to YouTube and they can't seem to process it properly. So I'm going to keep hacking away at that, and in the meantime I'm going to look at some other cameras I've got. So there it is, the Nikon Key Mission 360. Keep an eye out and I'll eventually get the video up. Right, the other cameras I want to look at. Let's have a look here. The GoPro Hero 5. I bought this a few years ago now, I say 4 years ago when it first came out. I always tend to get a couple of the GoPros when they first turn up. It's a great little camera. It's got the little LCD front screen and the big ass piece of glass at the front. On the back it's got the LCD screen and it does all of the usual things that you'd expect out of the GoPro. Little door on the side for your AV stuff, and power, and of course the battery port on the bottom. That's something that they brought out in this first waterproof case. It's a great camera. I use them all the time. I bought a couple of these. I use them in all sorts of different places. They're really great for hiding away on film sets and things, so you can get different angles on bits and pieces, and without needing a huge rig and just extra shots. So that's what I use that for. Then the next one came out. There we go. It's the Hero 6. This one's got a few dings and bump marks and stuff on it. Same sort of form factor. They had some new bits and pieces and better features and things on it, as they always do, and I thought, wow, I'm going to need a couple of those as well. So I did. I bought a couple of those. Then of course came along the Hero 7. Now so here's the 5 and the 6 and the Hero 7. As you can see, there's not really form factor wise a lot of difference in them. They've got the microphones in similar places, they've got the same sort of lens capability, they came up with better color science and better resolutions. The smoothness, of course, in the Hero 7 sort of set a whole new benchmark for action cams. The ability for this one with hyper smooth to get some amazing smooth motion shots with what really is an effectively minimal cropping factor and stuff was absolutely awesome, and what that does is brilliant. Then of course this fella here came out, the DJI Osmo Action. The smoothness in this one just sort of outdid the 7 a bit. It's still fantastic, but that was fantastic and a bit more. So I got that as well. And I've been playing with these two quite a lot, as you'll have noticed if you've been watching my videos. I love just having them in my pocket, take them on the skateboard, all sorts of neat things. As well as that, I've got the Osmo Pocket. I've also got the Osmo and the Osmo Zoom, but I haven't bought them out here at the moment. The Osmo Pocket, great little camera. You just turn it along and you've got a gimbal you can take anywhere. It hooks up to your phone for something that size that you can just literally turn on and run that quickly. And you knew I was coming to this. It's the GoPro Hero 8 and it's time to take it out of its box. Right, the first thing I'm going to do is rip off the strip along the bottom. Here we go. It's got the beautiful front cover as we expect, and the plastic show off the camera case on the top. All the features advertised on the side of it, Hyper Smooth 2 of course, some pointers on getting the GoPro app, and look at what's in the box so you know what to expect. And I'll just pull that out. Right, this is a lot easier to open than some of the older ones where you kind of had to disassemble all this off the top plastic and bits and pieces. Didn't quite work so well on the GoPro 5 and some of the earlier ones. I do have a lot of other GoPros as well. I've got the HD, the HD2, the Hero 4, and I've got one of those little square ones, the Hero Session. So I'll start by lifting the rubber bung at the back and just squeezing those together and taking it out of the mounting shoe. You've probably all seen that done a million times and done it yourself. So first impressions on this, I do like that once again they've kept the big number on the side of it for the version, the same as they did with the 7, because if you've got people like me, you know that that's quite important, because you end up with heaps of them and you want to be able to tell them apart without having to squint. The earlier ones, it just had it written really small on the side there. I don't know if you can see that, maybe if I get it in the right light. But yeah, that one says Hero 5, and the Hero 6 is kind of the same. That didn't work for me. I might go paint one of those on the side of there. So anyway, let's start by ripping off the foot so we can see the bottom of it here. So it's just a matter of undoing the screw. And this is one of the new features on the Hero 8, the flappy mounting bracket thing. So you don't need to have a case for the GoPro to be able to mount it onto things. That's going to make a big difference for people wanting to get audio off this in particular, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what sort of difference that makes. I also want to see how well it does at stripping out bird noises. Now on the back of it you've got this bit of plastic, so I'm just going to rip that off. Here we go. That's always a satisfying sound when you take the bit of sticky plastic off. I'll do it by the microphone here. I've got a few of those, the last one with the turtle and things, slapped to the side of my computer at home, so I'll keep that there. First thing I noticed on this, there's a bit of a gap at the top there. That's a little bit weird. Stuff's going to get stuck in there, I think. On the GoPro 7 here, you can see that the button is kind of pronounced. On the GoPro 8, that seems to be a lot better embedded into the GoPro itself. And the button on top, where this one here sort of presses in within the mounting, that sort of looks like it's a single piece. The front and back are still the same silicone. Actually the silicone wraps around the back a little bit better on that one. It is actually a slightly larger case as well, isn't it? I guess that's because you don't need the case. But this surface along here, instead of being the soft silicone that we've been used to in the last few versions, is actually a separate compound. It looks like it might be a carbon compound, or maybe just a heavy duty plastic. But anyway, so then I need to figure out how to open this. Ah, I see. So this pulls down and then out. Ah, okay, that's a completely different mechanism to the door button, push down with your thumb and then try and slide it, or that one there, which is always a pain in the butt on a new GoPro. This here, pull down, lift up. Oh, and the whole thing comes off. There we go, I like that. Now I've got to figure out how to get it back in again. Oh yep, that works. Okay, so that's just a matter of pushing it back into there until it clicks in. There we go. And then pushing the door shut. Yeah, there we go. Just like that. Pull it down, lift it up, push it down, push it in. Sweet. Okay, let's look in the box. Okay, I always keep these plastic mounts on the top. They're really good. You can like glue them or screw them down to things like a crane head or something like that, and then you've got that good solid mount that's not going to twist around and not relying on a bit of 3M tape to stay there. Right. Not much in here, but let's have a look anyway. Okay, a bit of plastic comes out. There's one sticky mount, just one GoPro. The battery. Now I don't know if this is the same battery as the other GoPros yet or not. Let's have a pull the battery out of here. Let's have a look. The batteries are the same size, the same mount points, same polarity. Like the instructions say to not disassemble the battery. I'd like to think that that was fairly obvious. The battery type is, I don't know if it's the type or not. Okay, before I go and put batteries in the wrong cameras, I'm definitely going to go and have a look around and see what's supposed to go where. And I suggest you do the same as well. It looks to me like it's the same type of battery, but don't go and put it in the other cameras without having a good read up. Okay, it's got a little cable in it here as well, and in the bottom of the box the usual GoPro Plus, some little instructions on how to plug a cable into it, information on how to open the door and to make sure it's closed again, a thing if you need help. Now I should point out this is help with the GoPro, not professional or psychological help, so if you need, anyway, a couple of GoPro stickers, and anyway the GoPro Menu. There we go. So kind of disappointing there's only one mount in here. That's something that I was kind of expecting to see a few more of these, usually different types. You know, you usually got your concave ones and a convex one and a flat one, that sort of thing. Let's open the door up. There we go. Do that again, because now that we're experts at it. And it doesn't have a memory card in there yet. So I'm just going to pop inside quickly and grab a card that I got to put in here and put it in here. One more. But anyway, let's put it in there. It does come with the free card, you see, so I don't think that the speed of that card is actually sufficient for this. I don't know if the battery's pre-charged or not. It probably holds a partial charge. But anyway, that's in. The light flashed, and now I'm just going to push the power button on the side. There we go, it's starting up. That was a quick start up. Okay, setup. English. Legal stuff, agree. GPS, turn that on. Info about the GoPro app. You can see on there, I have got the GoPro app, so I don't really need to read that much. On the front it says GoPro 8 Black. It wants to know what the date is, which is today. Nice simple slidey menus for doing that. So it's the 3rd of November 19. Looks good. The time is a lot later than I thought it was. It's dead on 7 PM. And there we go, it's all up and running. The interface is very familiar to anyone who's got a 7. There's a slow-mo. Oh, it's a picture of a snail. Ha, that's funny. It's set to shoot standard. It's got little help things popping up all the time at the moment. Standard, activity, slow-mo, and wide. Okay, it looks like sort of profile settings that you can choose from, and you can add another one. I'm going to get into all this stuff later at the moment, but yeah, I can see it'll shoot 4K, HEVC at 60 frames, 30 frames, 24 frames. I'm going to change this to PAL to suit myself. So there you have it. It's the GoPro 8 Hero Black. I'm going to go and have a play with this and make another video afterwards and run around and do some comparisons. So do come back, don't forget to hit that subscribe button right down here, right over here, and all these other links and things. I'll just move across so that I can put my end screen up, and you can check out that video. Click on that thing there, and here's another video here you can check on as well. And I'll just squeeze down here between them, and see you later on. Bye.